Well, this is just a replacement video because my microphone was turned off on the last one. So this is the reflecting mirror plan, and I don't know how people work with this grid on, so I'm going to turn that off, turn off grid snaps. Not that it really matters. And then we'll do a camera view. And we'll swing around here. There's your mirror that's reflecting. And one thing I like to do is go up here to where it says Edit Active Camera. Click that, and that'll tell you everything that's this camera. You may have defaults and other things set, but that tells you what this camera is looking at. I'm going to make a couple of suggestions here. One is ambient occlusion. I find that this looks a lot better. Now this is subjective. I like this down about 10, 12, 15%. And where you'll see that is in corners. All your corners look, to me, dirty when it's turned up to 100%. So I've got reflections on. I'm going to turn off raycasted sun shadows and bloom. I'm not sure why I'm doing that, but I always do. You might want to look at all these settings and check them. And say OK. So I'm going to go up here to adjust lights. And the first thing I'm going to do is take these two right here, select them both, and I'm going to click adjust. And I'm going to turn them down to like 75. I think you had them up around 300 and something. Yeah, 301 it looks like. So I'll say OK. And you can see immediately that dims things down quite a bit. Now one thing you can do, I'll click out of that for a minute. One thing you can do is you can come in here and just add lights. I'm going to add a light right here, and I'm going to add a light right here. And then these are a pain to select, but I'll select them, open them, light data. Again, let's just make these 75, and I'm going to turn off cast shadows. Say OK. And then I'm going to try to center those right about there, and I'll just bump them down a little bit so they're over the island. And then when you come back over here, it looks like I didn't make them bright enough, but the idea is that gives you some just general illumination. So I'm going to click up here and then just hold shift and drag it right there, and that'll select those two. So I'll make it 125. Let's see what that looks like. Not much different. Maybe I need to it's hard to tell. Anyway, that using those lights will give you some general illumination that's not coming from your well, it's hard to tell without seeing it side by side, but anyway, I think you've got these puck lights figured out over here. And I didn't mess with the outside, you know. I can use generic sun. Let's see. See, the default settings don't change anything. So if you're not seeing what I'm seeing, you've probably got a problem with your computer. I don't think you've got a problem with the software. You're probably seeing a video card problem like Joanne mentioned. Make sure it's up to date, the driver software, and whatever Mac version of the software you're using, and see what that looks like.